you going? Today we're going to be reviewing the Rog Pink line from Asus. This set includes a keyboard, mouse, mousepad and headset. I've got the boxes here for it now. They're obviously not in the boxes. I have set them up already. Look how pretty the packaging is. Oof. Today we're going to go over each item individually. Just my brief thoughts initially is it's so pretty. If you don't know what it is, Asus brought out just a pink version of a keyboard, mouse, headset and mousepad. And honestly, it is stunning. They went for a pink and grey theme. They did say on the website the reasoning they didn't go with pink or white or just pink is because of staining, which makes sense. This is probably more marketed towards girls. As much as we want pink and white, you know, from makeup and when you're sweating in a game, it would end up staining the cups of the headset. Honestly, the grey kind of comes off a bit purpley. My Asus mousepad and headset I got way before we got the keyboard and the mouse. So the mousepad, I haven't tried washing it yet, but I hate to admit, I've actually got it dirty. I do painting streams on my Twitch. The paint seeps through and onto the mousepad. This is my fault. I shouldn't have nice things. I'll get into it a little bit more when we go over the mousepad, but yeah, it does stain pretty easy. But I haven't tried washing it yet, so hopefully once I washed it, it will be way better. I have a little close up of the mouse. This is the mouse and this is where the mouse was. I've taken it out. I've actually been using these for a few weeks now. I wanted to do a review on it and it's hard to do a review if you haven't actually used the product. So I've been using it for a few weeks now. And I have to say, out of all the items, the mouse is my favorite. So let's go over all the items individually. So we're going to start with the mouse since I just said it was my favorite. So I'm actually being desperate need for another mouse. And I was really excited with this one is obviously the color scheme. Sorry, in a girl coming out. The feel of the mouse, I don't exactly know what it's made out of, but it's still smooth, but it doesn't feel as slippery as the Razer mouse. It's RGB. It's really nice in the hands, and on the side of the mouse is 2 buttons, and then on the top is the DPI. It's RGB. A thing to note is the cable does actually plug out of the mouse and back in. Also, it did come with 2 cables. One of the cables is shorter, and I believe this is so you could plug it into the keyboard if you wanted to, or if you didn't need a long cable. Let's have a little look on the back. It says separate left and right button for better response, durable 50-meter click Omron switches plus extra Japanese made Omron switches, customizable Aura RGB light. Oh, sorry, that is another thing to add. This Aura Zinc is what you can download from the Asus website. The keyboard, mouse and headset, you can obviously it's RGB, you can change the colors. I just left it on the preset. What you've seen in the video will be on the preset. They've got it pulsing a pink, gray and a white. Honestly, I think it looks good. I didn't want to touch it. So that is the mouse. It is my favorite, really, really good mouse. Alrighty, next up we're going to do the keyboard. These are the only 2 boxes I have. Unfortunately, I did get rid of the boxes for the headset and the mousepad, so do forgive me for that. But yeah, as you can see, the packaging is so pretty. It's got quite a few features. I chose a cherry red key, so this is a mechanical keyboard. There's different switches. I'm probably not the best person to explain switches. It's personal preference, and if you don't know, have a look online because it can depend on how loud the keyboard is. So it is quite a loud keyboard. I'll give you a little test of how loud it is now. So it's pulsing on what's on default at the moment. Once again, it's the same as the mouse. It's just default pulsing, pink, white, and maybe a grey. I'm not too sure, but it's stunning. Up the top, you will see is a little acrylic thing with the Asus logo. Well, when you buy this keyboard, it comes with an extra little acrylic where you can design or draw your own logo on. That's really cool. I actually did buy a monitor from Asus a year ago. It had the similar feature. You can it's like an acrylic that you can put your logo in. Up the top you can see it's got the media control, so it's got a little scroll wheel which I've got set to my volume. So when I stream, instead of having to keep alt tabbing out of the game to change the volume or skip the song, this comes in handy so much. And if you do game and listen to music at the same time, this is handy, trust me. You can pause, skip, play, all of the stuff you need to with the song, and then the volume control, obviously for the volume. So I've gotten on with the keyboard pretty well so far. I was using a much smaller keyboard beforehand, so this keyboard is a lot, sorry I keep looking away at the keyboard, this keyboard is a lot more convenient for all the keys, like the F1. A thing that I thought was a little bit weird, which I haven't experienced on keyboards in the past, so it's a really thick cable that plugs into the keyboard, and in the back of your PC it requires 2 USB ports. My friend Sonia said that this is quite common with gaming keyboards. I haven't come across it yet. Just something to consider. It will take up 2 ports in the back of your computer. You do gain a USB port back on the keyboard because on the back of the keyboard is a USB port. It's actually quite handy for USBs if you don't want to have to bend down to your computer, and or you could even plug your mouse into it. So yes, let me double check that that's everything. Detachable wrist rest. Oh yes, okay, sorry, this is something I nearly forgot. You don't actually have to have the wrist bit. This doesn't click in, for reference. I got stuck there for a while thinking, why won't it click in? It actually just kind of sits there loosely. It does have little slots it sits on, it doesn't click in, for reference. I've been running it without just because I find if I shift my keyboard across, which I do a lot actually, it's been coming off, but this is like really just preference, but it is quite comfortable with the wrist positioning. But if you shift your keyboard around a lot, you will want to maybe not use the wrist bit. You can see here it's got the little grey bit. But overall, I've gotten on really well with this keyboard. It is absolutely stunning. I reckon it's one of the prettiest on the market. The thing with Asus, like their quality is really good. A lot of the time when companies release like a pink range, it normally suffers in the quality department. It's normally more of a gimmick. Honestly, all the items of this range is not the case. So let's move on. So the mouse pad is really long. I've got a really long desk, and it takes over half the desk, so it is really big. Like, you've got room to play with this one. The color scheme obviously is still with the pink and the gray. It is stunning. It's really good. The mouse glides perfectly on it, and it's really smooth, and you don't get like, my old mouse pad was from eBay, right? And it used to like burn me. I don't know what it is. This fabric wasn't very smooth, and it used to kind of rub and give me like a bit of a rash. Not the case on this one. Something to consider, girls, if you do fake tan. I do occasionally. If you like resting your wrist down on the mouse pad and you're going like this, on my own experience, it does transfer to the mouse pad. I'm yet to wash the mouse pad to find out if it will come out. But something to consider might be putting like a towel down while you've got tan on so it doesn't transfer. I've had pretty bad luck with the mouse pad, to be honest. I accidentally spilled a Red Bull on it, and I've got a new rule. It's called no drinks or food like around the area of my computer desk, because this one is honestly gone through the wars. I usually just chuck them in the washing machine, but yeah, I'm not too sure if I can do that. I don't want to break it. But yeah, if you are wondering why it looks a little bit dirty, please forgive me. And the little green speck is from paint. It seeps through into the mouse pad when we're doing a painting stream. But all of that aside, I'm so glad they didn't go with white, because this thing would not be looking so good right now. So the grey does give you some leeway, but it will still show stains. That's pretty much all I have to say about the mouse pad. It is really good. It's probably the first like girly mouse pad I've found that is of like a gaming quality that is really nice. Alrighty guys, and the lucky last is the headset. Here is the headset. It has the grey cups. It almost looks like a bluey purple. Okay, you can see here it's got a logo is almost like a pearly kind of finish, and then the rest is just that pink. Really nice. And these are the RGB lights on it. And that's the other side, and I've got the aux cable in at the moment. So I run the aux cord. It does come with two cables. So the aux plugs into the right side of the headset, and the USB will plug into the left. You obviously don't do them at the same time, but you do have the option to run the USB or the aux. Something to take note is the RGB only works when you use the USB one. So if you're running the aux cord, you're not going to have the RGB lights, where if you run the USB, then you've got the RGB light. I personally run the aux just because aux cord gives better sound quality. Worn this quite a bit, and no makeup yet. I always wear makeup when I use these. So that's kind of what it looks like on. So it doesn't sit out too far. I have quite a small head to take notes, so if it does look rather large, I blame my small head. Where are they? I didn't realize I had a mic for ages until my friend pointed out that I had a mic. So okay, we're having a bit of a hard, oh, here it is. So the mic is really bendy and twisty. I look like a telemarketer. So here is a little microphone. It's hidden. It's like very tucked away until you find it. It's really good how it kind of like bends to where you want. You hardly know it's there, to be honest. I haven't run the microphone because I obviously have a big like proper microphone for streaming, but this would come in handy a lot because this can work with a PS4. So if you were to use this headset for your PlayStation, this microphone could come in handy. It's very noise cancelling, so it does put a lot of pressure on the ears. Just something to take note of. But yeah, I honestly once I have it on, I'm pretty much yelling because I can't hear anything. So that is really good. As for sound quality, it is really crispy in game, so you can hear everything. It's not the most bassy headset, but for gaming, the sound quality is really good. So that is the end of the video, guys. That is all 4 items from the new Rog Pink line from Asus. I am like really really impressed and happy with the quality of these items. So if you are looking for something that is of a high quality and good for gaming, this is the line for you. So I hope I've covered everything, guys. So if there's anything that I've missed, don't hesitate to comment and I will reply back to you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!